the dreams doesn't come true if we don't act. But how? How I can achieve that if I just obey my parents and stop my education? And so I try to break away from my family's tradition just to prove that I can be more than just a worker. I want to show them even a farmer's child can be a successful entrepreneur. Saving the farmers, leading us, saving the world. Good morning, dear judges. First of all, thank you very much for having me here. I can't believe it. I'm really humbled to be surrounded by so many great entrepreneurs. I'm Ni Kadek Karina Dewi, representing of my beautiful country, Indonesia. However, more than just a name, I'm a dream warrior. I grew up in simple family where dream and ambition might not be the top priority. My father didn't finish elementary school and my mother only finished junior high. Such is challenge of rural life. Their mindset on education is narrow and thinks of college as a waste of money. In fact, they actually didn't want me to continue my education and instead pushed me to work after high school so I could earn money quickly. This put me to a very tough conditions since I have this childhood dream of become an entrepreneur like my role model William Tanuwijaya, founder of Tokopedia. I admire his perseverance since he grew up in middle to lower income family like me, but he can grow his business to the large e-commerce in Indonesia. One of his words that always stuck with me is the dreams doesn't come true if we don't act. But how? How I can achieve that if I just obey my parents and stop my education? And so I try to break away from my family's tradition just to prove that I can be more than just a worker. I want to show them even a farmer's child can be a successful entrepreneur. So wanting not to burden my parents, finally I secured scholarship, making me the only one of my family who goes college and the only one who even boarded a plane, and that too at no cost. Now I'm the first member of my family who go abroad to represent our country in this GSEA event, and that is very impressive to me. So I'm Karin, a farmer child with a dream of become an entrepreneur. Today I share with you not just my personal narrative, but the catalyst behind a venture that is more than a business. So, before we start, I want to ask you all, have you even heard about sorghum plants before? Sorghum is an alternative crop often used to substitute rice. It is grows well in dry and water-limited regions, especially in Buleleng Regency, Bali. The climate there perfect for sorghum cultivation. 1 hectare of sorghum field produces amount of 3 tons sorghum, and there is total 30 hectare of sorghum fields. But one thinks about sorghum that is always produced a lot of waste that has not been resolved in my whole life. A whopping 85% of sorghum plants ends up as waste, with 1 hectare of sorghum field produce amount of 40 tons sorghum waste per harvest. Now, imagine how much sorghum waste produced if there is 30 hectare sorghum field harvest 3 times a year. Of course, that is a lot. It is as big as the White House building in the US. On the other hand, sorghum doesn't sell for much locally. The price of sorghum only 62 cents per kilograms, with averaging farmer income only $19 per month. That's relatively low price, making farmers cannot cover their expenses, placing these farmers in jeopardy. So, what do? They either burn it or feed it to livestock, both with their own set of problems. Burning sorghum waste can release dangerous stuff into the air, adding the global carbon footprint, and the livestock don't really like sorghum waste in their meal. Seeing this problem persist for decades, I realized that is a challenge that we need to solve together. I want to grab this opportunity to make a positive change, not just for myself, but for the community and my family. That's why me with my partner introducing Bioghum, bio-briquettes from sorghum waste, a small step to help farmers and tackle sorghum waste issue. Bioghum is an eco-friendly solid fuel in the form of bio-briquettes, embracing the concept of circular economy and zero waste. And our most challenging year, 2020. During the pandemic, we used Zoom meeting to discuss about our project. Because this online communication, my internet data expenses skyrockets. Being a farmer kid with a modest income, internet data is a luxury for me. My parents even protest me because I buy it so often. They even told me,
2022年の
hey,
コロナの
we are cannot to afford our food and water,
Wi-Fi
but
が
here you are wasting our money to your fake
高いので
project. Are you crazy?
家族に反
Of
対を受け
course,
た。
their opinion almost make me give up and sad.
ほとんど
But this
諦め
only
よ
pushed my pursuit to
うと思ったけ
prove
ど
that I can success by the path I choose. So, to avoid further conflict, I search other way to communicate with my team. I go this coffee shop near me that has Wi-Fi. Every day for a month, I go this coffee shop to communicate with my team all day long. However, since I never buy anything, the owner eventually banned me from entering his coffee shop
オー
ever
ナー
again.
から閉める
It
しを
saddens me so deeply and almost make me give up
ほとん
again.
ど諦め
But
てた。
I refuse to. I learn
Begitu.
not the same the endeavors that I pursue. Remembering there is a villa in my village, I go there to search Wi-Fi. Finally, I can access the Wi-Fi from the back of villa after asking the security guard for its password. Even though the signal was weak and intermittent, it is still make me happy since I have place to communicate with my team without
その場
disturbances.
所で Wi-Fi をつなげて
We ran some experiments we conducted on charcoal. We found that Bioghum 7,000 cheaper than charcoal and twice as efficient in usage. Bioghum can burn in 2 hours, whereas charcoal only burn in 1 hour. As a result, Bioghum can save restaurant costs by 18.7 cents. We also compare when charcoal produce amount of 628.30 grams CO2 per kilograms, whereas Bioghum only produce carbon dioxide 430 grams of CO2 per kilograms.
比較を
As
し
a
ますね
result, Bioghum can achieve carbon offset by reduce charcoal emission by 32% or amount 138.38 carbon dioxide per month. We have calculated the carbon reduction is annually equal to the 1 hour's blackout in the city of Jakarta. One can imagine how much carbon reduction if we move transition to more greener energy source, bringing us closer to our goal, carbon neutrality. On the economic side, by empowering farmer and also creation of Bioghum, the farmer income can increase by $265,000 compared when sorghum waste only used to the livestock feed or burn, it only sold by 2 cents or even worthless. But when it's turning into Bioghum, it can be sold by $1.12. As a result, I can make an added value 51 times higher from the same commodity. On the social perspective, by empowering farmers, we
収入が
are
増える
create new job opportunity and promotes community soft skill in turning waste into more valuable products, making us based on sustainable socio-ecopreneurship models. Our main partners are sorghum farmers who are also our suppliers. When we start, we have 1 farming partners, but now we have 3 farming partners with total member more of 40 sorghum farmers. We also do awareness campaign to the younger generation about potential of sorghum as a local product. We have done campaign to 5 schools with more of 1,000 students. My ambition to change how young people view about sorghum and to nurture entrepreneurship value as our progress in achieve the Golden Indonesia 2045. Here are 10 activities that we have done in the first year and will continue to the next 5 years. Being an entrepreneur make me learn a lot of things. about dedication, struggle, sacrifice, how I can make my decision, how I can determine my path in life. In the end, I'm no longer too bound by what they want. I'm so grateful they are support me now. So, because this child is not on her, then let her be a pioneer. I'm Ni Kadek Karina Dewi, inviting all future generations to collaborate in develop a business that can make a big impact to the social community. Together, let's spin around how business sustainable. That is all from me. Thank you and have a great day. Save our environment with Bioghum. Thank you.